I have a question for you. How often should you train each muscle group after 50? Let's be honest. You have probably heard advice that is all over the place. Train every day. No, only train twice a week. Do full body. No, do splits. Rest more. No, push harder. No wonder we're confused. I mean, those bouncy 20-something influencers mean well. And in all fairness, how could they know any other way, right? We know that their adorable golden retriever puppy energy is not going to save us in the long run. And now is not the time for us to engage in, as my trainer Big Matt refers to it, yoinky splinky exercises. Today, I am going to cut through all of the confusion about what supports strength and recovery after 50. What are the key 3 mistakes that I see all the time? And what are 3 simple strategies to follow as you shape your own routines? You'll have a better idea of how often to train each muscle group so you can build strength without beating up your joints or burning yourself out. Because at this stage in life, results don't come from doing more. They come from doing the right amount at the right time. Sound good? So just briefly, what actually changes after 50? For starters, your body still responds beautifully to strength training. Muscle can still grow. Strength can still increase. Energy can still improve. But a few things do change. Recovery takes a little longer. Your joints and connective tissue need more respect. And your nervous system and the fatigue matters more than how sore you feel. So the goal is not to sidestep your training or to tiptoe too carefully through it. The goal is to space your training stress more intelligently. Your body isn't 30 anymore, and neither is your intelligence, thank goodness. It's even better. It just needs intentional timing between challenges. We can do that. The biggest mistake I see in people over 50 is poor training frequency. And it usually shows up in one of 2 ways. Mistake number 1, training the same muscle group too often because they feel like they should be doing more. So they hit legs hard, and then 2 days later, they do it again, and then again, and then again, until their knees and their hips start talking back. Mistake number 2, the brutal workout approach. 1 massive exhausting session, and then they wait 7, 8, even 10 days because they're so sore before they train that muscle again. That's not training. That's a survival workout. Another big one, mistake number 3, letting soreness dictate the value of the workout you just had. Not sore? Are you being too easy on yourself? Not so fast. Soreness is not your coach. And copying routines made for 25-year-olds with unlimited recovery is not the answer. So Janet, tell us what actually works. So how often should you train each muscle group? Let's break this down into 3 simple strategies. First one, most people over 50, most people, not everyone, but the majority, do best with 2 sessions per week for each muscle group. That gives you enough stimulus to grow, enough recovery to stay healthy, and better consistency over time. You don't need to annihilate all muscle groups 5 days a week, proving that you're not a slacker. You just need to challenge it. Recover, challenge it again. That rhythm works beautifully for most adults over 50. I had to find out for myself. When I tried to push certain muscle groups too often, my joints let me know pretty quickly. But when I settled into a nice, regular rhythm of training each muscle group about twice a week, with enough recovery in between, my strength actually improved. I felt like I had discovered something amazing. And my body felt better, not worse. And best of all, I got stronger and my muscles started to noticeably show up. That's when training brings progress and becomes sustainable over the long haul. Okay, you ready for strategy 2? Volume matters more than frequency. You don't need endless sets, grinding daily. You need recoverable work. 2 to 4 quality sets done with focus and good form will beat 10 sets that become more sloppy and exhausting as you go, risking the biggest setback thing of all, injury. Especially after 50. The question isn't anymore, how much can I cram into 90 minutes? It's how much can I challenge my muscles and still recover in a reasonable time frame and come back stronger. Ready for strategy 3? Your recovery experience has a vote on your frequency. That's the biggest one of all. Your recovery experience, how it happens for you. It will tell you. Your body always tells the truth. We don't want to listen sometimes, but it doesn't lie. If you're doing too much, you'll see signs like lingering joint pain or fatigue or soreness that lasts for days, not just 12 hours or so. Declining strength instead of improvement, and a general feeling of dread about your workouts. That is not a discipline problem. That's a recovery problem, plain and simple. For most people, something like this works well. So leg and glute training, about 2 days a week. Upper body training, about 2 days a week. And then you have core and stretching and cardio and walking, all those things that you can do in between that actually support the recovery of your strength training. Does that make sense? Now, most people over 50 do beautifully with either approach, either a full body routine that spotlights certain muscle groups one day and then others another day, or a simple upper and lower split. 1 day upper, 1 day lower, rest day, 1 day upper, 1 day lower. It's like music, and it's simple, consistent, and recoverable. For example, a very simple week might look like this. Now, this is not set in stone. It's meant to be a template or an example, okay? So Monday, full body strength, just everything. Wednesday, full body strength. Friday, full body strength. And in that, you can alter the little areas that you focus on so that you're giving your shoulders special attention one day, and then maybe your triceps and your glutes another day, so that everybody gets a chance in the spotlight. Or if you prefer an upper and a lower split, then what you can do is Monday, upper body, Tuesday, lower body, Thursday, upper body, Friday, lower body. And then the cardio and stretching and core focus is sandwiched in wherever it makes sense. It's not fancy. It's not complicated. It's just a steady, repeatable rhythm. After 50, your progress is determined less by how hard you train and more by how well you recover and how well you stay consistent and in the game, just little by little. Think about it. The ability to recover and go in again over time with consistency is the winning move, you guys. Now, here are just a few real life examples to make this practical. So if you are a beginner over 50, start with full body workouts 2 or 3 days per week. That way, you're not hammering too hard on a muscle group that is not conditioned yet. You just kind of give everybody a turn. That gives you enough practice and enough time for recovery. If you've been training for a few years, you might do 2 upper body focus days and 2 lower body focus days and alternate them so that there's plenty of rest. In an upper or lower split, about 4 days a week, that can work really well with all of your other stretching and cardio and walking. Now, what if you're coming back after a long break? Go back to basics. Don't try to start exactly where you left off. The exercises may be similar, but your intensity and your approach is going to be a little different. So 2 to 3 full body sessions per week is the safest way and the smartest way to rebuild back to where you left off. You don't need a complicated split. You need consistency. You need to connect back to where you left off. Like, just follow that little breadcrumb trail. So the simple truth is really summarizing what I've been saying here. You don't need to train more. You need to train strategically and mindfully, working with your body and its signals. For most people over 50, 2 times per week per muscle group does work beautifully. And recovery, as I've said in the past, recovery is part of training. It is not the lazy day in between when you're really busy. It's part of the puzzle, and it allows your muscles to get stronger and to grow. And consistency beats intensity every time. Tortoise and the hare. Remember, we're not chasing exhaustion for the sake of ego. And we're not trying to keep up with the 25-year-old's pacer program. We intelligently and intuitively are building strength for life. If this helped to clear up some confusion for you, let me know in the comments. I've been getting questions sprinkled in throughout the comments on each video that keep going back and touching on this, which is part of what motivated me and inspired me to talk about this today. How many days per week are you currently training? And if you want more simple, realistic strategies for staying strong after 50, make sure to subscribe and join our community here in Aging Strong. Because it's never too late to get stronger, and it's never too late to cast a vote for the person you want to become.